Hi there, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing really well today. Before we jump into today's video, I am doing a bit of a disclaimer. This video is TMI. If you don't like hearing about the body, the human body, and all of the things that go with becoming pregnant, maybe click away from this video. I am sharing my daily symptoms in my 2-week wait leading up to my positive pregnancy test. I decided before we started trying to conceive that I really wanted to document this because I would be doing it anyway, so I thought may as well pick up the camera and film along the way. And I thought I would just do it month by month and see how I felt each month and reassess if I wanted to continue filming. I appreciate they do say it can take 6 months to a year to fall pregnant. I would have felt so much different filming this video had it have taken us that amount of time. You know, obviously everyone's journey with conception is so different, but I'm really happy that I was able to document what I did do. And like I said, I did film the first month and it's so interesting being able to compare the two videos side by side after the fact and being like, wow, I can tell the difference now. I love that. So yeah, if you are not someone like me, you're not someone who is like really interested in all the finer details, you might find this video ridiculous. You might think I'm really obsessive, really controlling, just a complete crazy person. You're entitled to feel that way. We're all entitled to feel however we feel. But for me, I just found it so interesting. I just found it so fascinating to be able to listen to my body each day and kind of track how I was feeling day to day. I was doing it in my iPhone notes anyway, purely because I just wanted to know. I just was so interested. So I track all sorts of things in this video. I talk about, you know, tracking my ovulation. I even track like my heart rate at one point, just all of the things. So if you find that really annoying and you think just go with the flow, let it happen how it's going to happen, this video is just going to annoy you, so maybe just click away now. For those of you who are like me and you just love to get super involved with whatever you're doing, I really hope you enjoy this video. I just hope you find it helpful. I hope that you get something from it, and I hope that you can enjoy the journey and knowing what the end outcome was for us in the end. So I am 7 days past ovulation today, or so I believe. I've got 3 different apps, they all say different things. I wanted to wait till the end of the day to film an update on any symptoms I'm feeling, because I feel like filming through the middle of a day, things can happen later on in the days, if that makes sense. So I've been writing them down in my phone. I've got like a giant list. So I woke up with a headache this morning, which I have been doing on and off the last few days, which is not usual for me. I'm not generally a headachy person. I've had a bit of like cramping all day, and so today I went to my mum's house and my niece was there, so I was playing with her loads. Before we went, I was having like a prickly feeling, like quite low in my uterus, and I thought, oh, I'm just focused on it too much, it's fine, it's nothing unusual, like whatever, I'm just hyper focused on that area. And then when I was playing with her and I was super in the moment, it stopped me in my tracks, like this feeling, like this intense, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like a pulling, like tight sensation that I felt, and I actually stopped and like went to the toilet to see. I like put my hands like in this shape. If you put both your hands together, you can kind of tell where your uterus is, to make sure it wasn't my ovaries, and it wasn't. And I was like, that's weird, because I was so focused on something else and I still felt it anyway. So that was probably the major symptom from the day. And just see if I've written anything else here. Oh, I've got acne on my chin, which again could just be PMS symptoms popping up, but I have some on my cheeks as well from this week, so fun times ahead. And hip pain. When I was sat on the floor at my mum's, I was really struggling because my hips were just so sore, and I just had to keep moving. And even now, like I'm sat like this and my hips are so aching so much. And TMI, but increased bowel movements. I've gone like 3 times today, which again super unusual for this time of the month. Usually I'm constipated, so I don't know if that's anything, but thought I would just mention it in case it is. And if this video ever goes live and you're having that symptom too, at least someone mentioned it. That's it for today though. That's all I can report. I just still feel like I can just feel down there, you know, like just on the right hand side, so we'll see. Maybe the start of implantation on day 7, so fingers crossed it is. I really hope so. Oh, do I have an update for you all today. It's been a day full of symptoms. I've written them all on my phone once again, so we'll go for the lesser symptoms first and we'll finish with the big ones. I woke up with headache once again, which is kind of coming back now, like really low here. I had some light cramping going on in the morning, really down low in my uterus, and this afternoon it's just felt really tight, like someone's pulling a band. I have written I had a stabbing pain in my right nipple, so while I was wrapping the Etsy orders this morning, it was so random and it came from nowhere, but I've written it down because at the time I was like, that's really weird. They're not too painful right now. I think they're usually more painful than this, so again, that's a bit strange. Like, it comes and goes, I feel like, the breast pain. I'm a bit constipated, TMI moment, but we're about to get even more TMI in a second. So I think throughout today I've been spotting, and it's not like bright red, it's not like period blood, it's not brown, it's just like this really sort of like a yellowy pinkish discharge. So spotting, we are spotting on day 8, which feels hopeful because I don't tend to bleed between my period. I only ever spot sort of like the day before, maybe like 12 hours before my period starts. I'll get like brown discharge, which is the start of it, and it's really light, then it gets heavier, then I start my full flow. I don't get whatever this was like days before, so I'm really hoping it's a good sign and it's not just my period coming early, because at this point it would be like 5 days early, so that would feel like a bit of a con. So we'll see what happens next, but that was a hopeful symptom that, you know, it says like there's only 1/3 of women get spotting, and I was not expecting to see anything like that today, so it kind of threw me a little bit, you know, just feeling tired this afternoon, a bit unmotivated, and I think it just threw me off this afternoon, you know, having that, and it just sends you on like a symptom spotting spiral. But yeah, we shall see what tomorrow brings. I forgot to say too, I am so bloated, like it's quite embarrassing. Are you ready? Look at this. I mean, come on. Wow. And I've been having a really sharp pain like here today. That is the end of my update for today. No more symptom spotting. I am 9 DPO today, and if I look tired, it's because I am. I've been trying to keep myself distracted today. I am covered in paint, so I've just been decorating the house because I'm just going crazy if not. It's still 2 days till I'm going to test. So I woke up in the night about, I think it was like 3 AM, needing a wee, and tried to go back to sleep, and then had to get up at 4 and have a wee. So again, could just be like having less space in my uterus because my period is due. I don't know, but I feel like I've been peeing a lot today, like more than usual. Just gonna see what else I've written down, because there's usually a lot of symptoms but they're not consistent all day. Heartburn. So I woke up this morning with like feeling like I had a lump in my throat. I didn't feel nauseous as such as like, oh my god, I'm gonna be sick, but I didn't feel normal either. I just felt a bit like ugh. And so yeah, I think that is heartburn, and I did note that down last month, so might just be a cyclical thing for me. Anyway, that's gone this afternoon. I feel alright now. I had a headache again this morning, but I feel fine now. And then now my symptoms are like just lower back pain, just feeling really tired. I think I did a bit too much with the decorating, my legs are tingling. I just feel a bit exhausted, a little bit drained, and just, yeah, ready for bed really, and it's only 5 o'clock. I've had some cramping and prickling in my uterus. That's gone now. I'm sure it'll probably be back. Again, had that last month, so I think today I'm not feeling very hopeful about it all, because I think a lot of the symptoms I'm having now seem quite similar to what I had last month. Have I got anything else here? So earlier I noted that I had sore nipples and that I had a pain in my right nipple which didn't last for very long. So far they feel fine today, like I haven't noticed that. So that's probably the biggest weird thing, I think, is usually at this time in my cycle my boobs are so sore and they don't seem to be, so Still got the creamy discharge, and also my cervix is still up high, which is a good sign, but like I said, it's still like 4 days I think till I get my period, so yeah, that is today's symptoms. I will update you later on if anything changes. I have noticed my nose is just stuffy right now. Like, I don't know if you could hear it while I was speaking, but that could just be the fumes from the paint, you know, from painting this afternoon and all of that. So I don't know if that's really a symptom, but wow, I am ready for a nap. Today actually I laid down. I've never laid down in bed in the middle of the day as much as I have in the last week. I just get to a point where I just stops, like stand still. I've had one nap, but the rest of the days I've just like thought, oh, I can't do it anymore, and I'm just gonna lay down with the cats, and I've set myself a timer for an hour, and more often than not I'm laid there for 10 minutes and then I'm like, I need to get on with the day. But there was one day this week that I did have a nap. I think it was like 4 DPO or something like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna get up and get moving, 'cause moping doesn't achieve anything, does it? I wish it did. It's 10 DPO today and I have a few symptoms to report. We're only in the morning, so I'll probably do a second update later on. Last night when I was in bed, it felt like an elastic band, like stretching my uterus, so that was something. Then I brushed my teeth and I used my water pick that I use all the time, and it made my gums bleed. So obviously started googling things, and that can be a sign of at least increased progesterone, which is a good thing, so fingers crossed. The other thing was I randomly looked on my Fitbit. So I wear my Fitbit. I've been wearing it more often recently, so I've been a bit hit and miss with it over the last few months. But one thing I did notice is my heart rate has increased loads, which is super unusual for me. It's gone up by like 10 beats per minute, I think, because yeah, basically was 62 at the start of the month, and now its highest was 72 a few days ago, and the last 3 days it's maintained at 71. So I don't know if that's anything, but when I googled this, there was loads of people who had similar graphs and they were pregnant. So I'm getting in my head a bit about it, but I feel like I've got quite a lot of really positive symptoms this morning. I don't want to say I feel nauseous, because I feel like if I am pregnant then I end up being nauseous. I'm going to look back and be like, pfft. But I don't feel like me. I feel like I keep having to like go because I don't feel sick, but I don't know, have you ever had the feeling where if you go on a holiday and you get up too early and then you go to a service station, this is very specific, but you go to a service station and the smell of food makes you feel a bit like, ugh. That's kind of how I feel, but I've eaten like yogurt this morning, but I didn't actually finish my breakfast. I'm tempted to do a test tonight with Dom. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I don't know, I feel like maybe today is a good day. Later on, like I'll hold my pee for a few hours and then we'll test tonight. If it's negative, it's negative, but I'd rather know sooner rather than later. The other good sign is my temperature is still up really high, and I'll overlay a graph. If these aren't very good, I'll make sure I upload a picture too. So the blue line is this month. And as you can see, like, so I think tomorrow is the telling day. If it goes down, then my periods come in. If it stays high, I might be pregnant. Whew, I held my breath. I'm not going to be honest this morning. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I was so worried it was going to drop, but it stayed the same consistently pretty much for the last 5 days, which I don't know if it should have risen higher if I am pregnant, so we'll see, but you heard it here first. My resting heart rate is 71 again today. And I do feel a tiny little bit breathless, but that might just be because I'm a bit anxious, so we shall see. 10 DPO today and reporting with the rest of my symptoms, so what I have had later on in the day. Had some hot flashes this morning, and then some like nipping feeling in that lower right sort of central part of my uterus. Then this evening it's just a lot of pressure and like just like a weird feeling, but it's coming and going now. It's not like a consistent thing. What else have I written? Echo is all over me. Like, he has slept on me so much this week, and I only really noticed it today. He like comes and sits really close to me, and then I'm like, come on then, come up, have cuddles, and then he falls asleep on me. So that's kind of new behaviour, I feel like. He's always liked cuddles, but he's never actually slept fully on my body like he has been doing. I think I've got a video that I'll pop in as well. The other thing is, I feel a bit short of breath right now, but I think that's just because I literally have just been running up and down the stairs. And I feel like there is like a lump here in my throat. I've just had my tea. And every time I eat, it feels like I just instantly start feeling a bit more, not really nauseous, but like queasy. I feel like that's the right word. And it kind of builds, and then I burp, which is gross. But when I burp, it kind of goes away again. And that's kind of been a reoccurring thing. There's only one time in the last few days where it's been acid reflux, so I've burped and like, you know what it's like. But I've not had that today. I feel like I might though. I had a curry, so that might be why. But that feeling like here, I think that's either heartburn or acid reflux, I don't know which, but I never really get that. And that's what's making me feel really like bleh, because it's just sitting there, like I can just feel it in my throat. So that's my update for today. I'm just waiting for Dom to get home. We're going to do a test, so I'll let you know how that goes. I feel hopeful. So on here, I've got an app called Fertility Friend. Highly recommend it if you're trying to conceive. And it gives you like it gives you a free membership for a month to the premium feature. You can put all your symptoms in, and then it tracks your temperature and all of that malarkey and your symptoms, and it's given me quite a high point score. So obviously I've gone on to like loads of forums, and they said the highest you can get is 80 points without doing a progesterone test. I was at 80 this morning, and now it's gone down a little bit, but that's quite high. And my graph, oh god, I'll show you the graph on Natural Cycles because I've got 3 different apps, and I feel like Natural Cycles makes it easy to see. You can see my temperature is just kind of plateaued. It stayed the same and it hasn't come back down yet. And my body temperature, no, my resting heart rate was 71 again today. So everything is kind of just staying the same. So we'll see. If it's negative today, I'm going to do another test tomorrow and the day after, just in case. My boobs are starting to hurt a little bit now, but like this time last month, it was on another level of pain. So I feel like it's slightly different feeling, like different boob pain than I normally experience. So don't know. We'll see. There's something in there.
I think we did it.
I cannot believe I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, honestly, what the heck? What the heck? Whew. I can't believe there's a little baby in there. I say baby, it's a tiny little like pinprick sized thing, but I'm so happy it's there. I'm so grateful. Honestly, I'm on cloud 9. I just rang my best friend and let her know. She was just like, ah! She just had a little one there as well. Wow, it just feels amazing. Feels actually amazing. So I think I am actually, well, I don't know now because I didn't think that was going to show anything. So I'm either 10 or 11 days past ovulation now, and I just feel nauseous. That's my symptom. Really, really nauseous. I managed to eat my breakfast this morning and I was like, I need to get all the food in and the nutrition in that I can, because I feel like it's going to be a fun time if I'm already feeling a bit nauseous and, you know, I've not even missed my period yet. So amazing. I'm going to ring the doctors and let them know and see what I need to do next. I know nothing will happen now probably until 8 weeks, but at least I can get the ball rolling. That's surreal. Like, that's actually surreal that it says pregnant. There is no denying that. No denying that at all. I forgot to do my symptoms for 12 DPO, so I'm going to do them today. I'm actually 13 today. I think I'm 13. I don't really know. I think I've said that already. So I think once I got that positive pregnancy test, everything else just went out the window because obviously I am pregnant now, so I don't have to symptom spot anymore. Haven't really had that much going on. So I put yesterday morning, I had that stretching feeling in my uterus again. I felt really good, really happy, really motivated, really energised, which is so unlike me in general. The last few months I've just felt so drained, so tired. So I don't know if it's the pregnancy or if it's the fact I'm pregnant that's just like changed my psyche completely, and I'm just so happy and so excited. And I have kept getting that like lump in my throat. We went out for tea to celebrate and we played mini golf after and bending over, it was just like, oh, because it was just sat there, you know. Other than that, I felt fine. I have noticed I keep waking up in the night to wee, so that's new. You know, I never really do that normally, so unless I've drank loads of tea before bed, but I didn't. So yeah, that is the update for 12 DPO. I think today marks 13 or 14 days past ovulation, but I think I'm going to stop my diary here because I don't know what's going to change, and really the 2-week wait now is over. So I did a first response test yesterday. Look at that line. Made me so happy to see that. And I did a clear blue as well. No denying it. I think this little bean has stuck, which makes me so relieved, so happy. It's so good to see the line progress. This is actually what I would class as a dye stealer, or very, very close. I feel like in 2 more days' time I'll take another one and hopefully it'll be even darker. I'm a bit out of breath today. Oh my gosh. Which I guess makes sense because my heart rate's up much higher than it ever has been in my life. Like, it's 97 and I'm just sat here. And my temperature is up way high too, so my body is like working super duper hard. Symptoms wise, some of the things I forgot to report over the last few days were my spots. So about 3 days ago I started getting spots in the weirdest places like I don't usually get. So I had them across my chest, I had them all around my eyes, I had like 3, I think, this giant one that you'll have seen in my other videos. It's still there a little bit, there's nothing there, it's just like a giant lump. And then a few in that side, a few there, I've still got one there. And then just cheeks there as well. So that was really weird. I've not felt too nauseous today so far, but we are still quite early on. I just took my prenatal vitamins and they like kind of got stuck in my throat a little bit, and that really made me gag, so that's new. Fun times ahead. Super thirsty. I was so hungry yesterday and feel thirsty again today. I actually woke up in the night the last few nights, but this morning I woke up at 5 AM, had to go for a wee, and then I thought I'm really thirsty, but I didn't want to drink because I was trying to take my temperature consistently. Anyway, today I've decided I'm done with that. I'm not tracking my temps anymore. I'm just going to put full faith in the process. There's nothing I can do that's going to change any of the outcomes, but it's been fun to like document, you know, all of that. I'm so nerdy with things like that, but I find it so interesting. So today I stopped taking my temperature, but yeah, I keep needing to wake up in the night to drink and also to pee, so yeah, still pregnant, so happy, oh my goodness me, feeling so grateful, so grateful. I still can't believe it, I don't feel any different, that's the weirdest thing. I keep having to remind myself that there's a little bean in there. My bloating has gone down now. Sort of, I say. It's there a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was the other day. It's just like here. I can feel that is bloated more than it would be, and it's more rounded too. And I don't know if I spoke to my other friend who was pregnant. She's super bloated as well, but I think she's about 9 weeks. And I said it's the first time in my life I've been so bloated but it not hurt, like not be painful. Because usually when you're bloated it's like gas, it's constipation, you know, it's like just digestive issues, but this is more like hormonal. I don't really know, but it doesn't hurt, it's just very, very puffy. I feel like I don't know, I'll probably watch this back and be like, no. I feel like I got so puffy a few days ago, and I think that's starting to slowly come down again now, which is nice. I'm feeling back to my normal face shape because I got a bit like round from the swelling, so I think that was just my body trying to stabilize itself. But yeah, we did it. I'm so happy I documented the symptoms as well. It's been fun to kind of hold myself accountable and keep showing you guys updates. I can't believe it. We're telling our parents in a few days and it just feels surreal to me that they're gonna know. They're gonna be so excited. I felt I should do a little outro to this video because it's been a bit jumpy around all over the place, but I am so grateful for this journey that I've been on. It's been a whirlwind, and there is an entire another video like this, exactly the same as this, that I am never going to publish, and it's just going through the symptoms daily. And it's really funny for me to watch back because as the days go by I just get more and more angry and emotional and stressy, and it's clearly the PMS symptoms up until the point where I just gave up filming because my period came. But I really wanted to share this video because for me, my symptoms were actually quite textbook, and when I was in that way I was constantly on all my apps and I was constantly on Google googling, can this mean pregnancy? And it's not a very healthy place to be, but it's the reality for most of us, is that you just want to know. We just want to know, but the only way you can know if you're pregnant, like I said in this video I believe, is a positive pregnancy test. So you just gotta wait. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did and test too early. It's so stressful. Having done that now, I would not recommend it. I'd recommend waiting a little bit longer to let the day before your missed period, because that way then you know for sure, because there is nothing worse than sort of being in that unknown of like, am I, aren't I don't really know. But if you're watching this, I really hope that it means something good for you. I hope something good comes out of it, and I hope you're okay. You could be watching this because you're just generally interested. Maybe you're in the 2-week wait yourself. Maybe you've just found out you're pregnant. There's so many possibilities, but I've watched lots of these over the time, and I really hope this one was informative and you gained something from it. Especially, I feel like knowing how to track your cycle, that was a huge step forward for me. I've been tracking my cycle now for quite a few years, but consistently tracking my ovulation with the LH strips, and also my temperature daily for more than 9 months, because I just wanted to know I was ovulating. I just wanted to know my body was running like clockwork, which it mostly has, but it's so interesting seeing how stress plays a part in your fertility as well. So don't let yourself get stressed out if you are in that 2-week wait or you are about to start trying. Just try. It's easier said than done, but try and chill. Just try and breathe and just use it like a science experiment, a little data collecting experiment. I've really enjoyed doing that. I've really enjoyed getting to know my body better and understanding the signs and signals. And one thing I would say is tune into your body those few days before you get your period, so you know what you're feeling and you can tell the difference. Because I really think, for me at least, I felt implantation, and some people say you can't feel it. I felt it, 100% I felt it, but I'm so hyper aware of my body, and I'm so grateful I was able to feel it, because you never really know. So yes, my symptoms, might not be your symptoms. I'd be really interested to know if you had any similar symptoms or what your dead giveaway symptom was other than a positive pregnancy test. I love all things pregnancy, and I am just so grateful to be walking this path. I've waited such a long time to become pregnant, and I don't want to ever glamorize pregnancy. I'm going to say this probably in every video because I think it's important to be realistic, but in the same breath, I find it fascinating. I absolutely love it, and it's just surreal for me going through it in real life and not just watching other people's videos all the time. So I'm so grateful for that, and I really hope I'm able to document it well and share all of the ups and downs along the way. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. I've got lots more videos coming about motherhood, pregnancy, and just my usual normal content as well. I'm going to try really hard to keep it balanced. I don't want it to become too much about one, too much about the other. I just want to share my life, because this is the lifestyle channel at the end of the day, and this little baba is a huge part of my life now, and my daily thoughts and processes, it's, yeah, everything kind of trickles into looking after my body, looking after our baby, and trying to get them here as safely and healthily as possible. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all. If you've watched this far, you are a superstar. Thank you so much. And if you're on your own fertility journey or trying to conceive journey, then I wish you all the best. And let me know down below how it goes for you. Yeah, sending lots of baby dust your way. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye.